Welcome to Box Office Buddies, a podcast where we have a new guest on week after week, movie after movie. But you may recognize someone familiar from episode 3, Gretchen. And so you may be asking the question, like, what in the world? Like, her favorite movie's Twilight. Like, what are we doing? Some more Twilight? We're not, but we may.
I think we should.
We may. It may be in this episode. You never know. No spoilers. But today we're going to do a little bit of a different kind of show called Box Office Battles. And what that means is we have a guest who's already been on, come back on the podcast, and they bring a top 5 of a specific genre, specific actor, director, and we just dive deep into those top 5 movies. And so today we're going to start it off by doing rom-coms, romantic comedies. Gretchen, but before we get into that, what have you been up to since episode 3?
Nothing
Nothing at all.
No. Been doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But what specifically, did you have something specific in mind?
No, you cut your hair.
I did cut my hair a whole foot.
Yeah.
So I might look a little different. We need new promos.
Same person.
But
I promise.
yeah, new hair, same me.
Yeah. Well, cool. Well, thank you for being willing to come back on and testing out this new format with us.
Yeah, I'm honored to be the first person invited back.
Hopefully. Some people aren't. Some people are upset. I won't say any names.
You know what? I'll fight him. So
Okay. All right.
I earned my spot, I feel.
Hey.
Who has the most views? For now.
Numbers don't lie. That is true. Well, sweet. So when you think of rom-com, what do you think of?
Girls' night.
Girls' night.
Yeah.
Is that a movie?
No.
Oh.
It's just the vibe. Like, rom-coms are meant to be enjoyed with your friends on a girls' night.
So can guys have rom-com nights?
You can, definitely, but you
Okay.
got to call it girls' night.
Gotta call it girls' night.
Yeah, and then you got to have girl dinner.
What's a girl dinner?
You don't know? You've never heard this term before?
No, I'm not.
They don't talk about it on Bleacher
I'm
Report.
not on social media. I do know about girl math. I've heard about that.
Girl dinner is when you just eat a bunch of random stuff. It's not a real dinner. It's like a little snack here, like mostly snack items that don't really go together.
Yeah. Like a charcuterie board.
Well, kind of, but not so sophisticated. Or like a whole pot of mac and cheese and like 6 grapes and like a cinnamon roll.
Okay.
And like
Girl dinner. Watching a rom-com.
Yeah. With your girls.
With the girls.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Wait, can I shout out some people first?
Yeah, shout them out.
Shout out to Natalie and Irene, the last girls that I did girls' night rom-com with.
You see, I wanted to ask, but I didn't want to ask the most recent movie.
It's not on my list.
It's not on your list? So what was it?
It's She's the Man.
Okay. Amanda Bynes?
Yes, it's an honorable mention.
Okay.
It's a great movie.
Okay.
I just have some that I like better.
All right.
I almost put it in spot number 4, actually.
Okay.
But
fair enough. Well, I'm
it's
excited.
number 6.
I'm excited to hear your 5.
Yeah.
And so for those who don't know, and have never been invited to a girls' night or had a girls' dinner, a rom-com, I would say, I pulled this from Google. So Google would say, a movie that deals with love in a light, humorous way. Mm-hmm. Would you say that's a fair definition? Would you add anything, take anything away?
No, it's got to be kind of light. It can have like a couple heavier moments, I guess, for the sake of the plot, but it has to leave you with a good feeling at the end.
Yeah. Hope.
Love.
Have you ever seen a rom-com that doesn't end the way it should?
No, because then it's not a comedy. Like Marley and Me, I remember watching that movie in theaters thinking I was going to go see a cute movie about a dog and Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah.
And I remember crying and I was like, this is a horrible movie.
Yeah.
Or like my friend, one of my friends, her favorite movie for a while was A Walk to Remember.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't read anything about it going into it. Horrible movie. It's a romantic movie, but it's not a comedy. So romantic comedies leave you with a good feeling.
That's true. This may be a leading question, but are any of Shakespeare's works romantic comedies or?
Some of them can be.
But what if they all end in tragedies?
Some of them do.
And those who don't? Do they make your top 5?
I don't know, Branden.
I guess we'll see. So here's how it'll work.
Wait. First,
yes.
Do you want to guess what my top 5 are and see if you get any of them right?
That's good. That's really good.
I'll cover my face so you can't see my reaction.
Do I have to say? Do I have to say the order too?
Yeah. No, you can just
the 5.
Just the 5.
The 5.
But I don't want you to.
10 Things I Hate About You. That's definitely in the top 5.
Can you see me?
No, I cannot see. I think you may put Twilight on there as a joke, but it's not on there. But for sure, 10 Things I Hate About You. That's really the only one I got. But
no other guesses?
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. I'll say The Proposal.
Are you just listing the movies from the top 5 movie list that you saw the other day?
I'm gonna say an Adam Sandler movie. I'm not sure which one. 50 First Dates. I'm gonna put that in your top 5. And I'm gonna go with. I'm trying to think of a good animated one. I'm just gonna say Cars because you texted it to me earlier, and so maybe you were serious. And so those are mine.
Okay.
What about you?
I'm trying to think of if we've seen any of them. I'm gonna put also 10 Things I Hate About You on yours. We watched that one together, and I think you loved it. So, well, I don't. I know you loved it.
But was it top 5 worthy?
Absolutely for you.
I guess we'll see.
You also love Adam Sandler.
I do. I think he's pretty funny.
I feel like you're not a 51st Dates. I don't know which one would be your favorite though. Give me 3 options. I'll pick the one that I think is your favorite.
Big Daddy. Billy Madison.
Probably that one.
And Blended.
No, actually, it's Blended. You told me one time you love that movie.
Maybe.
Is it on your list?
Maybe. Any other guesses?
Nah.
Okay. So, ladies first. So, I'll let you go first. And so, yeah, your number 5, and then what is it, who's in it, and why it is. And so, to start us off, what is your 5th favorite rom-com?
My 5th favorite rom-com is Tangled.
Man, I knew there was an animated one in there.
Yeah, I wanted one animated one, which is actually why She's the Man got booted to number 6.
So explain Tangled to the listeners out there.
Tangled came out when I was in middle school, I'm pretty sure. And I remember watching it at a church lock-in, actually, in student room number...
At Henderson Hills?
Yes.
Nice.
Which room is the old middle school room?
Student room 2.
In student room number 2, we had a lock-in. We watched Tangled, and actually, I shouldn't say that. I was gonna say it almost felt like communal worship when we were all singing together. Probably just because of the room that we were in.
Yeah.
But no, it was a good memory for me. And I have seen that movie probably 8 or 9 times too. It's fun. When my sister was little, we used to watch Disney movies together.
Yeah.
And so that was one that I liked watching over and over again. I thought, I'm not really one for musicals, as you know, but I liked the music in that one, and I thought the side characters are funny in that movie too. And so I think that's why that's my favorite animated rom-com.
Yeah, no, that's good. I love Tangled. It is. There was a debate back in the day. Maybe it was just me and myself and my thoughts, but everyone was giving Frozen a lot of love. But I'm like, y'all, Tangled is way better than
Tangled is the best.
It is.
Tangled and Mulan, best Disney movies.
It's good music in Mulan.
Yeah.
You know who's in Tangled? You know who the guy is? Flynn Rider?
I honestly can't remember his name. I know Mandy Moore is Rapunzel.
Yeah, it's Chuck.
Is it really?
It is. Zachary Levi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now that you say that, okay.
Yeah.
Now that you say that, that makes so much sense. I just didn't know that he could sing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now I like it even more, actually.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. That's a good one. My number 5, you guessed it, it's Blended.
Yes.
And I went back and forth. I changed this list a lot today, but it's Blended. And Blended is a movie about a dad with 3 girls, I think. 3 girls and a mom with, I think, 2 boys. And one line that always sticks with me. Adam Sandler is the dad, and they're like having the first interaction with him and I believe Drew Barrymore. And she's asking him questions about his family. And he's like, yeah, my daughter's name is Espen. She's like, Espen? Like, what? He's like, ESPN. Then I was like, oh, that's hilarious. Terry Crews is in it as well. And it's just a fun, I love Adam Sandler. I think he's hilarious. And it's just really cool to see, like families mesh together, and they go on a resort or a trip together, and it's just how they all blend. And so it's really good. It's a lot of good memories watching Blended. I haven't seen it in a while, and so it almost got booted off. But so I'll just go ahead and say this. My honorable mention number 6, the one that it got replaced for, is Pretty in Pink.
Okay.
Have you seen Pretty in Pink?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Yeah.
Classic 80s hit.
Classic.
Oh, I should have guessed a few 80s. You're going to have a few 80s movies on your list.
Maybe.
Yeah, you will.
Just maybe.
Yeah.
So that's my number 5. Number 4.
Number 4 for me requires a prop.
Okay.
May I go get my prop?
You may.
Okay.
All right. Well, in the meantime.
Okay, close your eyes.
Okay, my eyes are closed. That is loud.
Okay, you may open your eyes. This is our new love fern. Like in How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Okay. Okay.
Which is my number 4 movie.
Okay.
When Andy, who is Kate Hudson's character, she gets it for Matthew McConaughey's character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you could use one because you have no real plants in your home.
Well, plants require work.
Yeah.
And so what you're telling me is that this present to me, I'm going to have to work.
To quote Branden, plants are the worst present that you can give somebody because you're giving them work.
Yeah, it's true.
It made me want to give you a plant more. So
okay,
now I've done that.
Well, I haven't seen the movie. And so now I feel like I should watch the movie.
Okay, so for those of you who have seen the movie, this is a good callback. My fern is a little different than her fern, but this is a fern. I checked.
I like it. How often do I have to water it?
It's the simple self-watering system here on the side. So I think that the pot will like retain water, so you don't have to water it as much. Okay. You're welcome.
Thank you. Nice. I actually, believe it or not, I actually also have a prop for my 4th movie. Close your eyes.
Okay. This is so exciting. All
right, here you go. Open. 17 again.
Okay. This is less exciting.
Oh.
For those of you listening just through audio, I brought Branden a plant, and he picked up the movie from under his table. And he's trying to cover up my plant with his movie.
They can both be there. So yeah, 17 again. Oh man, what a movie. So many memories. And I figured you would like it. Matthew Perry's in it.
I do like that movie.
May he rest.
And I like the female actress. I never remember her name.
Yeah.
But she's in The Other Woman, which is a really funny movie too.
Leslie Mann?
Yes.
Yeah, so starring Zac Efron, High School Musical star, and about a guy who kind of makes a wreck of his life and goes back in time to when he's 17 again. And he goes to school with his kids, and he's trying to win his wife back as a 17-year-old. And so
gets himself into some uncomfortable situations too.
I can't forget that scene.
With his daughter?
Yes.
Yeah.
And another reason why I like that movie is because his son, he's also a Disney star.
Sterling Knight.
Starstruck, which is a good rom-com.
Starstruck.
Yeah. Mason loves Starstruck. I think it's
I think
right.
he does, actually.
He does. He really does. But yeah, so, you got Zac Efron, you got Leslie Mann, Matthew Perry, and you have that great song at the end, "Naive" by the Kooks. And so every time I hear that song, I think of that movie at the end. And yeah, I think of what life would be like if I was 17 again.
You could not pay me.
And so, it's sweet to see kind of all those childhood stars kind of like come together and make this more kind of adultish, serious rom-com kind of movie. Mm-hmm. So yeah. Number 3, do you have a prop?
No props.
No props.
No. I wasn't sure like if you'd invite me back again if I brought too many props.
Brought another plant.
Yeah. I could have roller skated in for my next movie. Any guesses? A rom-com where the main character occasionally wears roller skates.
There's no way. Okay, like there's no way, but I don't want to guess it because it's also on my list.
Okay, I will tell you mine, and I don't think it's what you're thinking. A Cinderella Story?
Oh yeah, it's not.
No, I don't.
With Chad Michael Murray.
Yes,
Yeah.
and
Hilary Duff.
yes.
Yes, nice.
When I was a child, I was obsessed with Hilary Duff.
Really?
Yeah. When she released music, I went through a big metamorphosis phase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever see her in concert?
No. No. But I would watch this movie on repeat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also, lots of fun, like sleepover. This is a great sleepover movie.
Great girls' night.
Great girls' night movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
have you seen this one?
no. Does Chad Michael Murray, is he on skates or is it?
No,
Hilary
it's
Duff?
Hilary Duff. When she works at the diner, she has to wear roller skates because Jennifer Coolidge plays her evil stepmother. Okay. And she makes them wear roller skates. Okay. Kind of in a demeaning way. Yeah. But there's this one, it's an iconic scene. She's just so fed up, Hilary Duff. She thinks she's never going to get with Chad. Yeah. I don't remember his name in the movie. Austin Ames. Okay. She thinks she's never going to get with him, and she's mad about it. And she also just, like, found out, Fiona told her, the stepmom, that, like, she wasn't going to get into the college she wanted to go to, and she's just going to, but it's okay, because she can work at the diner for however long she needs to.
Does she also have sisters?
Yeah, 2 stepsisters. Okay. Who are, like, very annoying, and, like, kind of cringy, you know? But also, you just feel bad for them.
The sisters.
Yeah. They're, like, kind of socially unaware. Okay. They're not annoying in, like, a mean way.
Like the real Cinderella story. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, so she's in the diner. She's mopping the floor. Yep. For some reason, she was still wearing her skates while she was mopping, like with her hands. You know, just like scrubbing the floor. Yeah. And she just gets like so defeated, and she takes off the skates, and she just looks like so sad. Yeah. You know. So that's why I would have brought my skates and then reenacted that scene for you. Yeah. But that's also a movie with a great like ending song. I can't remember the song, but I just remember like the feeling at the very end when they drive away together. Yeah. That's great.
Yeah, as I made this list, besides Blended, I think a lot of reasons that these are my favorite is like because of the music that's being played, and I feel like every podcast I somehow try to bring it around to the music, but it's
because you love scores.
I do love scores, and I love good music, and hopefully it doesn't give away a lot about my next couple ones, but maybe I'll watch it. A Cinderella Story.
Maybe we'll watch it.
Maybe we'll watch it.
Oh no, you and Mason can watch it on your next girls' night.
Yeah, I'd like that. I'd like that. My third movie. 10 Things I Hate About You.
Okay. Honorable place in the list.
Yes, and it was number 2 when I woke up this morning. Then I moved it down, and because I watched.
Because you hate me?
Yes, that's exactly it. You got it. No, this movie is so good. I mean, the cast alone is amazing.
I introduced Branden to this movie.
That is true.
Because I was going to do it for my episode.
Yeah.
I love this movie.
Yes. So is this your favorite? It's your favorite movie?
No, I mean, we'll have to get there.
Yeah.
It is on my list.
But I mean, just like in general.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I feel like people just know about this movie of, oh yeah, 10 Things I Hate About You. And maybe you've seen like the iconic scene of her
crying in
the classroom. But man, this movie was good. And
Heath Ledger singing across the bleachers.
Yes.
That's great.
It was the sister's name Bianca.
Uh-huh.
Her punching.
Yes, Joey in the face.
Yes. My boy Bernard from Santa Claus being in the movie. That was the biggest surprise. Like, this is great. The teacher is hilarious the entire movie. The principal.
And the music at the beginning of this movie sets you up really well to just like love the movie.
Yes. And guess where it takes place?
Seattle,
Washington. Yeah. And so, there were some spots in the movie I told you like, oh yeah, I've been there before. And so really cool. And I'm sad Heath Ledger has passed away because maybe he would come on the podcast and talk about it.
I will say this movie was the reason why I think it was my junior or senior year of high school for our like small group Christmas party. We did Dirty Santa, and I brought a picture of Heath Ledger
from this movie.
Yeah, and then I won it.
Nice. You didn't bring the Joker like Heath Ledger?
No, actually, it was like a press photo of him.
Okay.
So not from this movie, but from that time period.
Yeah,
he looked like this.
Yeah. He's a good looking dude. Yeah, music, amazing. Story, amazing. Shakespeare, amazing. It's kind of grungy, kind of rock, kind of feeling throughout the movie. Because what's her name? Main character?
Cat,
yeah. She's kind of an outsider.
by choice.
Yeah, awesome movie. Your number 2
is The Holiday.
Oh.
Which we also watched together.
We also watched that together. Yeah, that's great. Let's hear about it.
I love The Holiday.
Yeah.
It's the 2 stories. You've got Cameron Diaz and Kate Winslet. I don't remember their character names. I just always call them by their real names. Yeah. But they are both unhappy with their lives. It's Christmas time. They don't want to be where they are. Yeah. So they I guess Cameron Diaz's character like searches for a place to go, and Kate Winslet has her house listed on like a vacation swap kind of website. And so they switch houses. Kate Winslet ends up going to LA. Cameron Diaz goes to London. Yeah. Surrey, I think. Not London, but Surrey. Yeah. And so it's just their stories of like that holiday, you know, and it's 1 week, maybe I guess from like right before Christmas until New Year's. And it's just great because like one story, it's like love at first sight kind of. Yeah. The other story, you wanted Kate Winslet's character to get with the old man. Obviously that wasn't going to work because she's a little bit too like, spunky. She's got to get out there. Yeah, you know? She's young. And, you know, she does help Arthur. That's the character. She does help him, like, learn how to enjoy life again. And that's really cute. Like, you really care for Kate Winslet's character. And, like, she's just a nice person. Yeah. And so you feel for her that she's stuck in this, like, back and forth with this horrible guy who looks too much like her brother. Yeah. It's kind of confusing how much he and Jude Law look alike at first. Then you're like, no, well, Jude Law is much better looking. So we'll root for him and Cameron Diaz. And then Kate Winslet and Jack Black. And Jack Black as a love interest is an interesting choice, but it's not a love at first sight.
It's not.
he's a funny,
and he's with someone else.
And he's with someone else who like breaks his heart, and so then they bond over that of like they both have these two people that they want to be with, but they're like bad for them.
Yeah,
you know. And so obviously, like by the end of the week, those two are not like in love, head over heels for each other, but it's like you can see the beginning of their relationship. And then like Cameron Diaz and Jude Law, theirs progresses a lot faster. She sees him with his kids.
Yeah.
And like, you still don't have that, like, they're probably not going to get married the next week, but like, you can see the potential for that one too.
Yeah.
To keep going.
Yeah, that one definitely had more ups and downs. Mm-hmm. While I felt like Jack Black and Kate were...
It's more sweet.
Yeah, steady. They had the one bump of like when he went back to try to get with...
Yeah, he like made that last ditch effort with his little actress girl.
Yeah.
But she didn't care about him really. She just...
Yeah.
Liked the game, probably.
Rumor has it, if they didn't give Jack Black a script.
That's, yeah. The whole time Brandon's like, I don't think that was in the script.
That's just Jack Black.
Yeah. No, it's cute.
That's good.
It's good. And Cameron Diaz has that like emotional breakthrough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hans Zimmer. Mm-hmm. Great score. Great soundtrack. And you know what? I'm going to change my number 2. I was already on the fence about it. I'm going to change my number 1 and number 2 right now because my number 2 also has, now it officially has Cameron Diaz in it. Any guesses?
Shrek
2. Shrek 2. Yes. Shrek 2 is amazing. I just found out that they're making a Shrek 5.
Yeah, with Zendaya.
Oh, sheesh. Not seeing that.
What?
Have you not listened to the podcast recently? We don't think Zendaya is a good actress.
Oh, Dune. No, you haven't released those episodes.
Well, me and Mason talked about...
Oh.
Because we were talking about Megan Fox isn't a good actress. And Zendaya is not a good actress. And all these things. So, needless to say, I'm not watching Shrek 5.
Oh.
Anyways, Shrek 2 is a classic. Amazing music. Really, I would say some people think it's better than the first Shrek. I wouldn't disagree with that. You kind of get into the more Fiona side of like the life, and he goes and meets her family, and they're upset that she chose the life of an ogre when she could have been a princess, and they're like trying to split them up the entire movie. And you have the fairy godmother, Prince Charming, and Donkey becomes a horse, a beautiful horse. Shrek becomes a man, a beautiful man.
A beautiful man.
And it's just like, it's really, Gingy becomes like this huge gingerbread man. And it's just super sweet. I don't watch it nearly enough, but I had the Shrek game. We've talked about this. I had the Shrek.
I did too.
Yeah, video game, and so that was
where
fun.
Fiona sings and then the birds explode.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
You have to fart to open the gates and everything.
Yeah. So, yes, it just reminds me of just childhood, and yeah, you get to see more of just the mythical side of it, of like the land, the far, far away land, and I just think it's pretty cool, but not number 1. But I did watch number 1 this morning, and I was very happy. But what is your number 1?
You're never going to believe it.
10 Things I Hate About You.
It's actually Shrek 1.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
No.
I hate that Shrek 2 was your number 2 because it's in my notes. Shrek.
Wow.
I was going to... anyway, the joke's ruined now, but I decided to just go with it anyway. Yeah, it's 10 Things I Hate About You.
No.
It's my number 1.
Nice.
Ruined my joke.
Man.
If we'd have had the, like our other props.
Yeah.
The movie posters.
Yeah.
I was going to print it out and everything.
Yeah.
Like Shrek.
Well, we could have almost had the same number 1. Just kidding. But 10 Things I Hate About You. Yeah. I mean, I feel like that deserves its own episode.
It does. So if anybody's favorite movie is 10 Things I Hate About You, you should talk to Branden immediately.
Yes.
Because I would love to hear a podcast episode about that.
Yeah, that'd be fun. We won't get into a ton of the detail, but since this is your number one, what's your favorite scene from 10 Things I Hate About You? And what do you think the meaning, the story behind the movie is?
I have a couple favorite scenes.
Yeah.
I love the scene when, oh gosh, if I remembered any of the characters' names, this would be a lot easier. I know Kat and Patrick, and then Bianca, but I forget the name of the guy who's into Bianca.
Oh, I love that guy.
Yeah. That's the thing. I love this movie. I've seen it a million times. I never pay attention to stuff like that. So that's why I can't do the episode about it. That's why Twilight was much better for me, because I've seen that one. Like
Cameron,
yes. Yeah. I love when Cameron and then Bernard's character. Cameron and Michael. When they go up to Pat and they're like trying to solicit him the first time.
Yeah.
And he's like, they're talking about him, they're looking at him, they're scared of him, and he's like playing with the fire in the Bunsen burner. Yeah. And then his friend is like also weird, like kind of scary looking. And so they're scared to go up to him. They work up the courage, they go up to him, and he like drills a hole in Cameron's French textbook. And then they just are like, okay, and they walk away. And then later you get that call back when Cameron opens his French textbook when he's with Bianca, and there's just a hole in the middle and everything. I love that one just because it's just kind of funny. I like a more serious one is when she's in the guitar shop. Yeah. And he's like kind of walking behind her, and like he's going to interrupt her and ask her out again. But then he like looks at her and he's like, no, I won't do that. And then so he like leaves her because he could tell like in that moment that was not the right thing to do. And then he does approach her later and like that same day. And she tells him no, she's not going to go out with him again. And then she backs her car into Joey's car.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
So I like that part of the movie. The dance scene is really good when she finds out that it was a bet. Yeah. And she's upset. And then Bianca punches Joey. Yeah. That's great. When Heath Ledger dances on the bleachers and sings her, I love you, baby. Yeah. It's just so good. Yeah. And like if that ever happened in real life, and like to me, I would be like, this is so embarrassing. Like, but like if I was watching someone else do it, like I would love to be one of those band kids that got recruited. You know, that would be awesome. Yeah. Or just to see that happen. It just doesn't happen every day. Yeah. So stuff like that. It's a good movie. The music is great. Like awesome. I said earlier, like that first scene where you see the girls in the car and they're like bubbly, they're having a great time, la 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 la, and then she rolls up and it's like rock music. Yeah. The vibe changes immediately.
And that song's in Shrek as well.
Yeah, I would sing it, but bad words.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it just sets the tone for the movie, and I love it. Yeah.
So good. My number one, which is a pretty weird movie, but I love it so much. I don't think you've seen it before. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
No, I've never seen it.
Have you heard of it?
Yes.
Okay, so for those who haven't seen it or heard of it, Scott, played by Michael
Cera,
is interested in Ramona Flowers, played by Mary Elizabeth Winstead, who is the girl from Sky High. And so she played a part in my childhood. And he likes her. He's obsessed with her. He stalks her. And she's eventually gives him the time of day. And she's also just kind of like...
Which is a great message for people.
Yeah, don't give up. Stalk. And maybe they'll either... I don't know. She finally gives him the time of day. And then he finds out that she has 7 exes that he has to fight in order to be with her.
I've seen the clip of him like through the window or something like that.
Crazy cast. You have Anna Kendrick, who's his sister. Chris Evans is one of the exes. Aubrey Plaza. She's in it as a friend. Brie Larson is in it. Captain Marvel. Superman is in it. Brandon Routh. And it's really fun. And it's very different. I don't think a lot of people would necessarily like it. It's shot kind of like a comic book. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things that just don't really make sense. But as I was watching it this morning, it was one of those ones where there are some movies where I kind of told you this about Psych. Like some things you watch just to have on in the background and you can do other things. But this movie in particular, like whenever I had to leave the room, like I wanted to pause it because I didn't want to miss any part of this. And there are just some things that you kind of learn of like, yeah, he has to fight these exes, but the heart of it is like you have to fight for what you want and you have to be willing to take risk. And also they're both dealing with elements of their past. She has 7 exes that he has to defeat. He has one ex who's very popular, Brie Larson. And then he actually does something really not good at all, but he's dating a high schooler and he's like in his 20s. And then he ends, I know.
Great message, Brandon.
I know. Weird movie. But he ends up cheating on her for Ramon.
Great message, Brandon.
I know. I couldn't though. It's just so good. And like they're both just wrestling with their past. And it's just really good. Good music as well. And yeah, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Literally. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you surprised?
I've never heard you even talk about that movie before.
Really?
Yeah. 17 again, not surprised.
Yeah.
Blended, not surprised.
Yeah.
Shrek 2, not surprised. Yeah.
10 Things I Hate About You, not surprised.
I wasn't sure if you were going to put it on there or not because it's like, I didn't know if you would take ownership of that one.
Oh, yeah. No, I've seen it once and like...
Hooked.
I'm hooked.
Yeah.
Hooked. No,
that's all you need. Just one
time. I think your list, I guess I guessed a couple.
Uh-huh.
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. 10 Things I Hate About You. Mm-hmm. I did not see Tangled coming, but I did see an animated movie. I could see that being up there.
Cars is great too.
Cars is great. Man. So that was fun.
Yeah.
Getting to know a bit more about your top 5 and rom-coms in particular. Mm-hmm. What is the next rom-com that you were dying to watch?
Let me look.
Scott Pilgrim vs. the World?
No. Maybe, but the themes just don't seem...
Yeah. Not the best. And it's shot in Canada, so like...
Ugh.
I know.
Canada. Another one that almost made my list that I rewatch all the time is Legally Blonde.
Okay.
So I think I'm up for another round of Legally Blonde soon.
I've heard about it.
Yeah. Another Jennifer Coolidge movie.
Okay.
She's great.
She's cool.
Yeah. She's she's cool.
Man.
Oh, a weird. This is not one of my favorites.
Yeah.
But a movie that really just lets Jennifer Coolidge shine that I don't think anybody has seen is Austin Land.
No.
It's like what's her name? Carrie something?
Fisher.
Nope. Whatever. The main character, she's obsessed with Jane Austen. Yep. She is disappointed in her dating life, decides to spend all of her savings on a trip to Austin Land in England.
Okay.
Where you live at this house and you pretend that you're in a Jane Austen novel.
Interesting.
I'll make you watch it someday.
Oh, great.
I don't know anybody else who's seen this movie.
Yeah.
Nobody ever talks about it, but Jennifer Coolidge is so funny. Maybe we should do a top 5 Jennifer Coolidge.
Yeah. Well,
all right, in 3 years when you invite me back.
Sorry. There's been some, you know, it's going to be a little bit. But thank you guys so much for tuning in to our first box office battle. Let us know your top 5 rom-coms and if some of your top 5 are in our top 5s. And until next time, peace.